So see this wee cow in She-Hulk, is she actually in any way likeable, or is she just a mad brute?
I quite liked her initially, like I said. The first 2 or 3 episodes, she's okay. But then, she's just pure banging, like, anything that moves.
But how's it portrayed though? Is it portrayed like a you go girl, or is it portrayed as like a sort of somewhat negative? Because like people always say like, oh, it's okay when it's guys, but it really isn't. Because I mean like Quagmire, for example, from Family Guy.
He's vile.
Yeah, like it's not portrayed as a good thing. He's portrayed as like, oh, he's kind of gross.
He is gross, yeah. You know what I mean? That's the one where he's like been in the house. I don't know. He discovers porn. Yeah, he discovers porn.
Yeah.
He comes out. He's got one huge arm.
Yeah.
And he goes to his mailbox. He's like pure disorientated. He's like, and then he just goes back straight back inside. It's like no, he's vile. Exactly. And that's the problem is that
it's like you have her bang whoever you like, but I mean there should be like a sort of.
It would be different if she had a romantic interest, but she's like, oh, I'm pure like that age now, and everyone's looking at me, and it's like, well, yeah, but why haven't you like?
She does it and we're meant to all like applaud.
Yeah, exactly. It's like what, glorifying the idea of I chose my career over like love, and it's like, well, you know,
I'm cool with that, but I just mean like.
Well, no, I know it's.
Aren't I great? I just got banged last night. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I just don't really care. What's impressive about it?
Well, no, it's the pro-choice thing though. It's like they're giving, you know. John Pearson does a whole thing about it where he's like that. Women are going to realise, a lot of women will realise that they gave up a career, they gave up having a family, which is one of the greatest gifts ever for their career. They'll just wake up one day and just be like, what the fuck have I done? And he's like, more will realise that it was a mistake than will be like, oh, it's my life, it's my choice. And there is a good number of women I know who are like, no, totally, like, don't want kids, like, 100% like made that decision, but they're not the same because they're in sort of stable relationships with people, whereas she is like, again, it's almost like a cake and eat it scenario where she's like, oh yeah, no, I chose my career, never had like a man of any sort, I don't need no man, look at me, I'm so amazing. And you're like, no, shite, like you're really quite sad and lonely. And when her life sort of collapses when she becomes She-Hulk, because she becomes world famous, you're a bit like, well, you didn't really lose anything, you just lost your job. It'd be one thing if like, and again, maybe if they thought of the love interest a bit cleverer, if she lost like a partner as a result of her becoming like She-Hulk, because she was getting all this extra attention and maybe he was jealous. Like, let's say actually thought about it instead of just being like, no, she never had a man, and it's weird.
She don't need no man. She's strong independent.
Yeah.
But I mean, look, in real life terms and all that shit. Like if people, I mean, I don't want no kids. So like, if men or women don't want that, like I get that. But again, it's like there's a difference between I chose my career or having a family. Okay, good for you. But again, just getting banged out by a stranger every night is sort of, you know.
Yeah, and the kind of guy she goes for, she ends up right. She has to have a court case where the witnesses are all the guys she's banged,
right,
to establish her character. And I'm like that. It's just rancid, hen. Do you know? And even she's like, I've banged a lot of pure like absolute douchebags. And they kind of to let's say it's not as black and white as that, but you know, to her credit, they seem alright at the start, and then they kind of become dickholes when she kind of knows them a bit better. But at least one or two of them are just dirtbags. And it makes more sense, and to an extent Dan Slott does it as well. It makes sense in the comics because she's with super people, but it's like, why the fuck would she be getting banged out by some pure nobodies?
Yeah.
Like in the Dan Slott one, she's just pure like shagging Juggernaut and all this, and you're like, what the fuck, Dan?
Well,
this is just fan service to an extent.
Well, I suppose it kind of is, but at least that's sort of, in a way, kind of funny because it's like, can Juggernaut even pump anybody because he's like so powerful?
Aye.
Like I know it's gross and kind of, frankly, quite immature, but at least there is like a sort of a legitimate question there, like who could he actually like get with? Alright, troops.
Well, she claims it's a rumour, so I don't know if it's substantiated, but anyway, it's just the idea of the thing is just the part of the problem with the show.
Wait,
Oh, did I miss the carrot? No, I'm sorry. So ultimately she meets a guy at a wedding that she trashes because she wanted to be the centre of attention, and then someone provoked her and she was
So
like...
why does she trashes it what she wrecked and she just wants, like, everyone pay attention to me?
No, this woman, Titania. Do you know Titania?
I think so.
She's like She-Hulk's main nemesis. She's basically super strong as well, although not as strong as She-Hulk. And in the comics, she's brilliant. She's like, she actually, in a way, She-Hulk is a bit of a bully, and it kind of it negatively personifies her as like, you know, oh, I'm a hero, blah blah blah, I'll do what I want, and kind of shows, well, that's not really fair that she gets to do that.
Yeah, of course not.
But it's done in a sort of clever way, because obviously, you know, the whole superhero like way of doing things is to, like, you know, fight the villain and, you know, save the day and all that, but get to fuck Catwoman. But it's almost like it's good because it's like Titania's perspective. Titania's perspective was like, oh, she pure bullied me, and she was actually part of Battle World. Like Titania and loads of other people were picked up in Dan Slott's version of Battle World. Whether she was actually in Battle World, I don't know. And it's again, it'll be interesting to see if they follow through with that. Because with Avengers, they're doing obviously the Kang Dynasty, but then the next one after that is Secret Wars. I don't know what the fuck I'm meant to be doing here. I'm just randomly pushing that back and forth. Oh, maybe that's part of it. Just throwing batarangs at them, to be honest.
Aye, and then that sort of zapped them. But Catwoman's just gets smacked in the face by a meaty, powerful batarang.
There's no innuendo involved in that. I'm trying to break these things. But I feel like every time I turn this, it just fucking goes right once. There you go. Ah, that's what it does. It steals the wee penguin. Come on. Fuck off. Aye, so anyway, sorry. So she meets a guy at a wedding and turns out he's a spy, and he's the one who steals her blood and gives it to this other douchebag who's kind of trolling her online. So there is a bit, like say, the bit of that. I think there's a wee penguin there that's ready to blow up, which might be part of the problem. No, they're running on the treadmill. They're fine. Skadoosh. No, it needs to point at one of the things.
Oh, it needs to point at it?
Yeah. Otherwise it won't.
Clown.
Come on. There you go.
I'm a clown.
That way the penguin knows where it needs to run. No, it's not quite. It's... direct it.
Oh, right, so it's like almost like the inverse, so that it will run over there.
Yeah.
And it'll smash that.
It'll bounce off it.
I'm with you. I wasn't paying attention, I was thinking about
Yeah, I know. You were thinking about She-Hulk? You thinking about shagging She-Hulk?
No, I was just thinking about the show, I was like, shall I watch it?
I wouldn't watch it.
This is my thing with so much... Everything that's like an adaptation, which is everything, frankly, every show, everything, is why am I going to waste my time watching something that's going to make me mad? Or maybe not mad, because I'm not that into She-Hulk, but you get what I'm saying, like, why am I going to watch something that is going to make fun of me for liking it?
Yeah, like I say, from the first episode, it's like, is it anti-men? Kind of is anti-men. Because it's like, oh, I'm already stronger than Hulk. I'm better than you. It's like, what?
Yeah, like, I mean, isn't the thing in the comics that she's not as strong, but she has better control over, like, freaking out?
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's like...
But she's not immune to freaking out. That's the part where I'm like, no, that's balls.
Yeah, because see, that's actually interesting, because she's not immune to freaking out like nobody is.
Yeah, exactly. And she does freak out. She does lose her temper at one point. But like in the Avengers comics, have you read House of M yet?
I'm reading it.
Okay. Well, there's a bit in that where she kind of gets raged to the point where she's like, out of control.
Yeah.
And get to fuck Penguin.
Get back here, son.
And it's important, but it's honestly, it's like, it was everything in the first episode that should be better than him. It's like she got better healing and stuff like that. I was like, fuck off.
That's just forced, and it's just.
It was forced. It did feel forced. Because she even says it, she goes, "Oh, so I'm like you, but like better in every way." I was like, "Fuck off."
It's so that the two chicks that will watch it, well, the two chicks that will watch it, one of them will roll their eyes, and the other one will be like, "Heck yeah, girl!"
It's like, you just go, Jen. It's like, no, fuck, garbage.
Whereas everybody, this is what I'm saying about why would I watch something that's just going to piss me off? Like, they want the fans of the books and everything to watch this stuff.
Yeah,
but
you would
the
think.
problem with that is the ones who are invested in the books want to see it. Okay, there's always changes that have to get made and stuff, but they want to see it somewhat faithfully recreated. And you're changing stuff like that. It doesn't make her more interesting. It makes her less interesting, if anything.
Yeah, exactly.
And it does. It just feels like a middle finger, like a, oh, what, you actually like this crap? Like, oh, state of you, like making fun of you for liking the thing that they're trying to cash in on, and you're like, well, I mean, that was what Rings of Power, the whole show basically was you like Tolkien? Oh my god, what a loser you are! We're gonna change that all and basically mock you for ever having liked it. Why the fuck am I gonna watch it then?
Exactly.
Give you my money and so on. And that's what when the mob attacks, or like that's what people were saying, was that's meant to be like the angry fans, the fans who are pissed off about the show, and that's why like they're all like fucking straight white males and all that crap. So.
But again, it's that I've got the source material. I know what it's now that I picked it up after I watched the show, but it's definitely based on Dan Slott's run of She-Hulk, in terms of the way it's run, and Stephen Strange is in it, but instead they just replace Strange with Wong. They can't do the Spider-Man story, so fair enough, they skip that. But there's more interesting side characters in the Slott version, and it's just shallow. It's a shallow representation that drags its arse and just generally isn't very good.
It's because it has to represent the world we're living in now and all that.
No, it doesn't. Can I just watch a She-Hulk where she just smashes stuff, like Titania, comes to terms with her newfound strength?
See, skipping the final fight, that doesn't make you clever and subverting expectations.
Oh,
it's
exactly.
Just
I know.
It's just imagine. You do get things that are overly formulaic, of course, but there's also formulas for a reason, right? Would you turn on a boxing pay-per-view, listen to all the commentators building it up first, watch all the promos and stuff before the fight, and then just skip the fight right to the judges' scorecards?
No, exactly.
No, you wouldn't. There's a reason why certain things happen that way. It's not clever to just be like, oh, we skipped the final fight. Aren't we brilliant? No.
Why have you done this?
You're just lazy. Oh, it was epic. You should have seen it. Trust us.
I'm actually going to finish the story here because
why not?
I think if it says finish story, it's actually just going to conclude. But I think we actually go back to the Batcave.
That's like the sort of cutscene. I'll shut up now.
I will shut up if there is a cutscene. Is that it? We drove them all back. Is that it? I put them all back. I'm not even fighting Bane. I remember kicking your ass. Yeah, I kicked your ass.
That can't be the whole story. That must be
kick their ass.
One side story.
Kick their ass. Well, I think yeah.
We've not even seen Jokey Boy, have we?
No.
I refuse to believe he's not in a Batman video game.
I think they split in the vehicles.
Which that's kind of cool.
Aye.
Interesting way to do it.
That was it. Beat the game. Okay.
No, that must be. Oh, John Burton.
That can't be the end, like you say.
Just anything Batman directed by someone with the name Burton. That's pretty interesting. I load it back up. I'm sure that will have been one.
It's one section. Exactly. It's. I think you're right. You fight in the Batmobile and the Bat plane. So it's back to the Batcave. Right. Okay. We'll kill it here. I'm gonna kill it here.